Between the Lines started a few years ago when my daughter, Sammy, called me up when I was on book tour in LA. I was driving in a car, we were stuck in traffic, and she said, "Hey Mom, I think I have a really good idea for a book." And I wasn't surprised because of all of my kids, Sammy is the one who's always been the most imaginative. She told me that she was thinking in French class, she was daydreaming, and she said, what if every time you closed a book, the characters inside the book were still alive? And it was sort of like actors putting on a play. So these characters had roles assigned to them, but they weren't who they were. And when the book was closed, they had lives and issues and personalities very different from the roles that they played within the book. But every time a reader cracked open that spine again, they would have to rush into position and perform that play all over again. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. And then she said, but what if there was one character inside that book who wanted out, who wanted a better life and a different life from the one he'd been given as a character inside a book? And what if he knew his only chance was to get a reader to notice him as something other than a character? And what if there was a 15-year-old girl who didn't really hang out with that many friends and was a loner and liked to read a lot and was a little obsessed by one particular fairy tale because it had a really cute prince in it? And one day she noticed that that prince was actually speaking to her, and she promised to help get him out of that book. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Because as an adult, I knew growing up I had a million crushes on characters in books. And what a fun thing to think about who a story belongs to, whether it belongs to the reader or to the writer or to the characters inside. And I said to Sammy, you know, that's a pretty good one. And she said, can we write it? And I said, absolutely, but we are going to write it. I'm not writing this book for you. And what ensued was 2 years of working really hard to get this book on paper. We used to write during weekends, after school, over summer vacations and school vacations, and we literally would sit side by side at the computer in my office, and we would take turns typing, and we wrote every single line of Between the Lines together. It was a remarkable experience to be able to write a book with my daughter, and I am so looking forward to being able to go on tour with her and to share it with readers who've said to me for years, I'd love for you to write a young adult novel so that I can share your writing with my kids. This is the book for all of those people and their kids, and I really hope that everyone enjoys it.